Hey friends, thanks for stopping by my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be going over 5 of my main live by daily sustainability tips. I've been getting a lot of questions about what I'm doing personally to live a low waste, low impact sustainable life. And so I figured these are some of the things that I started with, and they're super simple to implement. They're not expensive. It's literally just daily changes. So figured I would just go through these. Okay, number 1, and this is one that annoys people, but I'm just here with the facts and what's easy. So number 1 is reducing your meat intake. And this is hands down the biggest impact we can make as individuals. And I'm not saying go vegan overnight or cut out everything you're eating, but literally 3 days a week cutting out meat can be really powerful and really impactful. And one thing to touch on with this is a lot of people are like, well, where do you get the info that meat is unsustainable? There's a lot of issues with meat, but just talking about emissions, because emissions are what threaten our planet the most right now. Number 1, when the meat industry and animal agriculture industry produces a really high amount of methane, and we often hear of greenhouse gases in here, methane, CO2, nitrogen, things like that. But the thing is, CO2 is what's often made out to be the most harmful greenhouse gas, but in actuality, methane is 30 times more potent than CO2. So even though in terms of the actual amount, there's less methane produced than CO2 worldwide, the methane that is produced is 30 times more potent, and that's why it's a much bigger threat to us than CO2. And the biggest way you can reduce methane is by cutting out meat and reducing your meat intake. So that's number 1. It's super simple. There's so many amazing vegan, vegetarian, plant-based recipes online, all free. It's such an easy thing to do, and eating plant-based tastes freaking good. So that's the biggest one. That is number 1. Okay, sustainability tip number 2. Be prepared. This is so key. If you're going out for the day, you're going to remember to bring your wallet, you're going to remember to bring your phone, you're going to remember to bring your keys. Why not just remember to bring a reusable container, a reusable cup, and a water bottle? It's so easy. It's as easy as remembering to bring your wallet. We wouldn't forget our driver's license, so why do we forget all these other things? It's just a matter of priorities. So I have a few things that I would say are key. Number 1, bring a reusable canvas bag with you. Most people, if we're going out for the day, we're probably going to do some impromptu grocery shopping, errand running, shopping, whatever. Canvas bags, they literally crumple up so small. I can fit it in my hand. It's not going to take up a lot of space in our bag. And the thing about this is canvas bags are really important, 100% cotton, because they have the lowest impact. So a lot of times people have these plastic reusable bags, but the thing is, what about when the life cycle of that is done? What's going to happen to it then? Or for example, I went shopping with this girl one time, and we ended up buying a lot more than we'd expected. We were running errands, we're at the dollar store, and I brought this little bag. It wasn't big enough for everything we needed, and so she just decided to buy a reusable bag, but we're at the dollar store, they didn't have canvas bags, so she bought a plastic one. Here's the thing, the environmental impact of that reusable plastic bag is way more than just getting the cheap single-use plastic bag that they give us. And the plastic bag they give can just be going in soft plastic. So I'm not encouraging you to take the plastic bag, but I'm saying it's better to take it than to buy another plastic bag and actually put your money towards plastic. So canvas bag, though, is the best solution. And then the second thing is traveling with reusable cutlery. So spoon, I usually have a fork, but it's just what I have right now. Chopsticks, rather than wooden chopsticks if you go to sushi. Super simple. They're so thin, they don't take up a lot of space. They can go in a bag. This spoon will literally fit into my little shoulder purse, so it's really simple. Cutlery is really important because most plastic cutlery isn't recyclable, and so it's such a waste, and so many fast food places have it, and if you're going out for the day, you're probably going to be eating out, so really important to bring reusable cutlery. Then the next thing is a reusable container. Literally, it's also very small, it doesn't take up a lot of space. In fact, you could put your canvas bag in here. It will fit, close, there you go. That's it. You're good for the day. Just this, put it in your backpack, put it in your bag. And this way, if you're going out to eat and you have leftovers, because I know me, I don't eat a lot at once. I pretty much snack all day, which means if I'm going to eat a meal, I definitely have leftovers. And this is a great way of reducing the impact if I want to take those leftovers home. And then having food for later, so save food waste and save single-use materials. Third thing, reusable cup. This one's really small. You can even get ones that compress now, but I like this one, so this is what I use. It's Eco Coffee Cup. I think it was like 20 bucks, but I use it all the time, and it's a nice size because it's small rather than like a big thermos or a big reusable cup. It's also made from silicone and bamboo, so the cup itself is actually from bamboo, so it'll break down when I'm done with it, and then the cap and this is silicone. And the cool thing about silicone is it lasts for a lot longer than plastic. It doesn't kind of like wear down or fade in the same way, and so I love this cup. It's a great cup, but reusable cups are a really simple one to bring because we all like to stop for tea and coffee. The final one, I feel like this is basic and most people do this nowadays, but bringing a reusable water bottle. Don't buy plastic water bottles. I feel like that's such a thing of the past. So let's move on and bring reusable water bottles. Metal and glass are better, but I have this plastic one. I got it as a gift, so it's good. It works. So yeah, that's tip number 2. Then sustainability tip number 3. This is personal care and how we can use that to make a lower impact. So I've got, let's see, where did my floss go? Okay, here we go. So I've got reusable bamboo toothbrush. You're supposed to replace your toothbrush according to dentist every 6-ish months. I probably replace it every 12 months just because I feel like it lasts. But if you think about it, even if you're replacing it every 12 months, that's a lot of toothbrushes you're going to go through in your lifetime, and it's usually plastic. And so with the bamboo one, you can just break off the tip. This is usually silicone. You can get it made from pig hair, but I just think that's nasty. I'm not going to do that. So this is silicone. You can literally snap off the head of the toothbrush, put it in the garbage, but then this will break down. So they're actually not that expensive. Like I got a pair of 2 for $7. So it's maybe a bit more than a plastic toothbrush, but not that much. And then floss. So you should probably floss your teeth. I just feel like it's a clean thing to do. But basically with floss, most floss is plastic, and so it goes in the garbage. I use silk floss, and it comes in this really cute glass container, and you can get refills. And initially it's more expensive, but it lasts for an insanely long time. I think I started using silk floss summer of 2016. Yeah, summer of 2016. And so I actually just ran out of my first 2 cartons from that summer 2 months ago. So it literally lasted me 2 years. One thing lasted me a year, and I floss my teeth every night. So it's a bit more expensive, but it lasts for an insanely long time just because it comes in bigger rolls. So it's a great one there. And then toothpaste. So you can see the packaging on this toothpaste is actually not recyclable. The cap is, but this part isn't. But what's key is it is plant-based and cruelty-free. So testing on animals is a huge environmental impact, and they actually test on animals because the ingredients they're using are so toxic to begin with. So it's really, really good to look for cruelty-free and vegan toothpaste options just because it's going to have a lower environmental impact to begin with. So yeah, I use the Arbonne toothpaste. I love it. It's actually made my teeth whiter, and it's all natural, natural in the sense it's not detrimental to the environment, and the cap is recyclable. So yeah, this is the toothpaste to use. So that's kind of some bathroom personal care products that were super easy. These are easy tips, so super easy to implement. You can go out and do it today. Tip number 4, go thrifting. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's literally just fun, and you get great stuff, super cheap prices. It's a win all around, and you fulfill that satisfaction of shopping and buying new things because it's new to you. And so thrifting is great. The fashion industry is insanely pollutive. It's just bad. Look it up. You can look into it. But thrifting is such an easy one. You still have the fun aspect of going shopping if that's something that you like. And you're able to find really great finds for super cheap. And you know that you're actually helping the planet because you're giving those clothes a new life rather than hurting the planet by contributing to the fast fashion industry. So thrifting is great. I'll probably do a thrifting haul video actually when I'm back in Vancouver because I like thrifting. So yeah, go thrifting. Okay, tip number 5. Don't use paper towels. It's so easy. It's a little weird, so I can see if beginner low-wasters don't want to do this, but hey, embrace the weirdness. I think it's fine. So when I say don't use paper towels, I don't mean just walk around with your hands soaking all the time after you wash them. I mean find alternative ways of drying your hands. Most places nowadays have an option to use a hand dryer or paper towels. So use the hand dryer instead. Maybe you wait a little bit longer. It's not the immediate satisfaction of drying your hands, but it's really saving the planet. And so I really encourage you to do that. We want to reduce our waste, and I think it's important to take responsibility for our actions and say, okay, I can choose to not use paper towels. I can choose to use a hand dryer. I'm going to take a few seconds longer and make that choice and do that instead. One cool tip though, if there isn't a hand dryer available, I actually saw it on a TED Talk, which is like a funny thing to have a TED Talk on, but it was cool. I've implemented it, it works, is shake your hands 7 times. So it's like 1, 2, etc. And you shake them 7 times, and then you can use half a paper towel. So you know how or 1 paper towel, but you basically take like 1 paper towel when it comes out, if it has like the edges on it, rip it off, fold it in half, and it completely dries your hands. Because most people, I know, we use like 5 paper towels, it's a lot, and we just still feel like our hands aren't dry. So if you just shake off the water to begin with, then use a paper towel, fold it, completely dried, or if you're like me, you shake your hands off, and then you can dry your hands on your shirt, on your pants, and you're good to go. People might think you're kind of crazy, but hey, you're saving the planet, so it's all good. So yeah, those are my 5 sustainability tips. Okay, so I'm just editing the video right now, and I added in a little piece just kind of talking about some of the sustainability tips that I give and why they're so important. I do look a little crazy though in it, so just keep that in mind. That was just, I filmed it, I didn't bother to look in the camera first to see how I looked, and when I was watching it, my hair is crazy, but it was good, so I didn't want to refilm it, but I just thought I'd put that in here. It's been a crazy week, so don't mind how I look right now. Hey, so I'm editing this video right now. It's the day after Earth Day, and I feel like when I was watching the video over, I sound really positive and really happy, and I think it's because that's I feel good when people sound positive and sound happy, and so that's really the image that I want to put out. But after really scrolling through Instagram and Facebook all yesterday and seeing everyone's posts about Earth Day, and I guess the positive light that they used, it just made me feel really horrible, honestly, and I really wanted to share that because people put this positive light on climate change, oh, we're doing enough with our, like this to plant a tree, and oh, watch this video to plant some more trees, and just sharing things on social media, and they think that that's enough, and it isn't. And I really made this video because, we can make way bigger changes in our lives, and we continuously blame businesses and companies and say, oh, sign this petition to get Starbucks to stop using palm oil, or oh, tell Nestle to stop taking water for their bottles. But the same people that I see sharing those petitions continue to support those companies. And it's not about companies making changes, because companies are not going to change until we change and we force them to change along with us. So it's not enough to share a petition and say boycott this company. We need to make changes in our own lives. And honestly, I think in a lot of ways this video is coming from a place of frustration, because I feel like we say and we share things online, but when it comes to actually making changes in our lives that do make an impact, we don't do shit. And so this video is really just for that, because we have the power to make a difference. And until we start to realize that this movement of sustainability needs to start within. It can't just be us blaming businesses and blaming other people. It needs to start with actions we take in our own lives. And until we acknowledge that, nothing is going to change. So we need to change ourselves before we start blaming companies and governments and saying it's their fault. Because honestly, we have the power to make a difference. 7 billion people on this world. We need to make a difference ourselves. And yes, we can petition, and we do need to talk to our government and fix the policies in place, but we also need to make changes ourselves. And so, yeah, I really hope that you take this video to heart and realize that unless you and I start making the changes and committing to just these 5 things, literally the world's gonna end. And that's not even an exaggeration. There's science backing that up. There's science backing up everything said in this video. It's not just coming from my little brain, it's coming from scientists who've dedicated their lives to this research. So just wanted to add that in. I look like a mess. I just finished my last final, but I felt like there needed to be some more genuineness to this. 1, eat less meat. 2, be prepared when you go out during the day. 3 is reusable bamboo toothbrush and silk or vegan corn floss, and a good cruelty-free vegan toothpaste. 4, thrifting because it's fun. 5, don't use paper towels, or at least reduce your paper towels. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you implement any of those into your life, or if you have already. I'd love to hear that. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe for some more videos of easy to implement and fun sustainability tips. Thanks for watching. Bye.